Okay, Monica, we are a go on the recording. We can go ahead now.
Okay, that's great. We have a great turnout right now. Um, hello everyone. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon from wherever you are joining from. And I am Monica, the president of PDC. And first, I would like to start the meeting by thanking all of you for making the time to join our event. Before I go further into our event, I would like to share a few housekeeping rules. I'd like to request that you keep yourself muted while the presentation is going. And if you have any questions, please raise your hand or just ask your query in the chat. We will have time to answer queries, so rest assured your queries won't get unresolved, won't be left unresolved, so do not worry about it. And now to introduce ourselves, who are we? So we are the Graduate Engineering Students Professional Development Club from the University of Ottawa. We are a club which is led by the students for the students. We were founded back in 2019 by engineering graduate students with a goal to bridge the gap between the opportunities that currently exist in the Canadian market and the skills they need to grab these opportunities. And since the majority of these graduate students are international students, I think it's safe for me to say that our club is almost made out of international students. So we know exactly the struggles that come with studying in a foreign country. And to help you navigate these struggles, we are kicking off with this event where we will help you to make your first move to Canada. Our current faculty advisors are our dear Professor Payton, who was the founder of PDC, Professor Sawson, who you may get to meet during the 5301 course if you're taking it during the fall, and the director of the EDTI, Professor Hanan Anis. Moving on, we have an amazing team of executives who help us run our day-to-day operations. Along with me, we have Akinje present among us, who is the vice president. I'll leave to Akinje to say hi to everyone.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our event. Hopefully that you present us with a lot more questions and we'd be happy to help you. My name is Akinje, and I'm the vice president of the club.
Perfect. We have our secretary, Shidhe.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today.
Perfect. Our event manager, Parvati, whom I'm sure you guys have recognized from all the emails you have been getting from her.
Hi guys, welcome to PDC event.
Then we have our social media manager, Anjali.
Hey everyone, welcome.
Then we have our career development manager, Haripriya.
Hi guys, good morning. Welcome to the event.
And we have our project and industry relations manager, Nithi Rajal.
Hi there, welcome.
And finally, we have our volunteer manager, Harshit.
Hi guys, welcome to the event. Have a great time.
That's that's an overview of the team who are present today. We are all here to help you with your burning questions and give you tips and tricks on how to make your first move to Canada very easy. Now, moving on to our industry partners, we have worked with over 20 industries in the past, and some of them include our very own U Ottawa IT, the Project Management Institute of Ottawa Valley chapter, Bank of Canada, the Environment Canada, and so on. And now to start our next section, I would like to give the floor to Anjali.
Thanks, Monica. So I'm here to give you a better understanding of student card. Can you move on to the next slide? Yeah. So I'll give you a brief about what a student card is first. So I am sure that you guys know we used to have our university ID card back in our UG program. So, but it was just an identification card, right? So that's the difference here. The student card here we can use. We can use it has an access card for many amenities like gym, sports club, library card, meal plan, also your debit card. So you can actually charge your student card by using, go to your own applications. There is a tab called payment plan. You go there, you can actually charge your student card. So you can use that as a debit card then. So, but here, if you need to figure out what are the amenities, just go to the statement of account. There you can see the receipt of your fees you paid. So you can actually see the fees other than your tuition fees, and then you can see what are the amenities that you can use using your student card. So this was the story before fall 2024. From this term, you can use your student card as your UPass as well. So I'll talk about that. So can you go back to the previous slide, please? Yeah. So previously, we used to get UPass and student card. So UPass is basically a ticket for transportation. You can access public transports like OC transport, metro, or bus anywhere. So you go to metro or bus, you tap this card, you can get into any public transports and get around within the city using this UPass. But the good thing is that recently, university has integrated this UPass into our student card, which means that you just need your student card to use any public transports within the city. So those students who got the student card before May 2024 need to integrate this UPass with the student card in person. But you guys are so lucky, you don't have to do any of this because you are yet to get your student card, right? So this is all about the student card that you need to know. So we figured out what a student card is. We know how to use this. Now, how will we get this? Can we go back to the next slide? Next slide, please. Okay. So quite easy. Just 2 steps. Submit your photo online first. Means that, yeah, steps are already written there. You go to that link, then you join through your some credentials, log in, and then the link is already mentioned here. And take a good picture, submit the photo ID. Photo ID means the government issued ID, like your passport, add your photo. So when I meant good photo, which means that there are some photo requirements that you need to know. So we have added that in slide 10. Go there in that slide 10 and you can actually see that it will go to a your Ottawa University link, and they have explained it pretty well there. Now, so first you have already submitted your photo online. I know that you guys have already done that. Now, second step is get the student card in person. So once you have submitted the photo online, you will get a mail from university saying that greetings, your application for your student card is approved and you may collect it in person. So this might be the mail you're getting. So once you get that, you can see where you can collect it. So in link slide 10, can you go back to slide 10? Like forward. Slide 10, slide 10. 10th slide. Yeah, so I have added 2 links here. If you click on there, you can actually see when and where you can collect all the, this card and everything. And if you go back to slide 8, yeah, it's mentioned here that you can actually collect it from UCU 031 coach launch. And we have actually provided a general, time schedule there. Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., excluding weekends. Yep, it's closed on weekends. So those are the days you can get your student card. So if you have any doubts regarding this student card, just mention it in the chat. We'll get back to you later. Now I'll pass it to Parvati to take over.
Thank you, Anjali. So next we'll be looking into the food bank and free store. So the free store is accessible to all the students. Once the students graduate, they donate the products which they were using for the next batch of students who are coming. So you can collect products from the free store as well as you get new products from the free store. There is a pop-up sale which is coming on August 30. The further details and the link will be shared in the chat. Once you go to the free store, always carry your student ID because they need a student verification ID so that they can make sure you're from the UODWA. And the free store is open from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So during the fall, the timing might change. So I have included the free store Instagram profile link so that you can follow them and get to know the updates. Next, we'll be moving to the food bank. Next slide. So the food bank, basically the UOTWA has a collaboration with the community food bank of UOTWA community, and they serve us. So you can go to the food bank once every month with your student ID, and you can get the limited supplies. And the food bank is open from 11 a.m. till 6 p.m. every day. And some days, if it's not open, they will let you know via mail. Otherwise, they will update in the Instagram profile. So you can follow the Instagram profile using the link, which I have attached in the PPT, which we'll be sharing after the meeting to you. And the food bank, basically, you can collect vegetable, fruits, pulses, and snacks from the food banks. Next slide. Now we'll be looking into the scholarships. The main scholarship which is there for the graduate students is Ontario Graduate Scholarship, ONG, OGS. So the criteria for this OGS scholarship is you have to be graduate, and you should have completed at least 24 months, and you can apply for this scholarship. And the criteria depends on how they evaluate based on your marks. You need at least 8.0 GPA for applying the scholarship, as well as there is one more scholarship which is provided by the university to the teaching assistantship students. If you get into the teaching assistantships, you are eligible for few scholarships which will be covered. The next topic will be covered by Haripriya. Moving on to her.
I'm sorry. Before we go ahead, sorry to interrupt you, Haripriya. It seems we have a couple of questions in the chat. Can we address them? And if anyone has any few more questions, now's the time you can please let us know in the chat and we'll answer them for you. Okay, so we have one question from Harkirat Singh Nagpal. He asked, if we do not have the UPass by 30th, as we are new students, will we be allowed in the free store? Pavali, would you like to take this one, Anjali?
You need to have a valid the student ID for getting access to the free store, because even if you're going for the pop-up sale, you need to present your student verification ID. Then only they will let you in to the pop-up sale. So once you land in Canada, try to get your student ID as soon as possible.
Yeah, so they basically have to scan your student card before getting you the free food bank, as Parvati has mentioned. So you definitely need the student card.
Adding on to that, in case of the not getting the UPass, so there will be no more UPass, but in the case of getting a student ID card, from tomorrow onwards, which is the Monday of 19th, the university is going to start providing the new students with their identity card. And after arrival with the confirmation that you can get appointment with the university, you can go ahead and collect your card. Regarding that, you should have received an email, and you've also touched upon that. Once you attain your card, which should be on the spot, then you will be able to access the free store and the food bank as well with the identity card that you've been given.
It seems like there are a few other questions that came in. So let me just check. Yeah, so Falguni Kandelwal. So do we have to wait for the mail to collect the student card, or I can go to the UCU 31 Couch Lounge and collect it in person? Does anyone want to get that?
Yes, I can answer that. So first, you just need a mail from the university saying that your photo that you submitted is approved. So university should first approve your photo that you have submitted. Then only they will start printing your card. So then only they will email you that you just need to collect this card from in person from the UCO1 coach launch. Then you go there, then you can see a QR code on the in the front of the UCU 31 coach launch. Then you have to scan this QR card, and then you will get a token to get that. That's how the process goes. Hope it clarifies.
Yeah, we have another question from Tejas Oops, it went up. 1 second. Yeah. Tejas Bhadreshwara. I have student card, but I'm using for transportation, but it is not valid as I'm new international student. Um, does anyone want to get that? Parvati?
Even if we have the student ID card for the transportation, it will be only valid once our class starts. Before that, even if we try to use it, it won't work. So once our class starts, we can use it for the in the O3 transport.
And just to add to that, the classes will start from 4th of September, if I'm not wrong. That's usually how the UPass is built. So it's from, I think, fall till winter. And if you ever want to use that UPass during the summer, you have to let the university know. Then they will just add it to your statement of account. Then I have the next one, Harkirat Singh Nagpal. So I had submitted my photo online a long time, approximately 2 months back, but haven't received any email that it is ready. Any idea by when people usually get the email? Um, Honestly, for me, if I can take that, what I remember is I submitted it like back when I just first arrived in Canada, and that was in August itself. And I think just when the semester was very quickly starting, if I'm not wrong, during the welcome week, I got an email. And usually we have to like hold a queue and then and then collect our photo card, their student card. But correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, but that's what I remember from my experience.
So adding to that, it would be better if you go back to the link where you uploaded the photo just to, make sure that that photo has been accepted. So they might show that if it's rejected there. So if it's accepted, then you should definitely get it by that time that Monica mentioned. Just make sure.
Okay, then we have the next one, Athena Talithani. When I uploaded the documents for the card, I faced an error and I did it again, but now I'm not sure whether the process was successful or not. How am I sure about the registration for the card? I think Nidhi did mention it in the chat. Like, if by any chance your registration was not successful, for example, maybe your photo size was wrong or something, they will get back to you and ask you to resubmit it. So until then, you can just wait and see what email they give back to you and then take it from there. Then Shirag Aghi, it's been quite some time since I uploaded the photo, but I haven't received any mail. Yeah, just as we mentioned, I think because this is just mid-August, I think just during the welcome week, that's when the university will start getting back to you with about the email. And if not, we will also share the email ID of the resources you can contact, so to ask them about the status of it. I haven't, Uvesh, as I haven't gotten any email regarding UPass, so can I directly get it from university? Uvesh, are you mentioning the new updated rule that the UPass has been transferred into the student card? It's been very recent, like just a few days back. So I think as long as you are part of the university or a student of the university, if I'm not wrong, it applies to everyone. So maybe just wait or check your outbox or anything like that in case like it's in spam folder or something. Um,
I believe Nidhi has answered the questions, and also I see Harshit has put up one. So I think so. Now we don't have any more new questions, so I guess we'll go ahead. And if any more questions, then again we'll take a few more questions towards the end of the presentation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Akinjay and Parvati and also Monica for addressing all the queries, and also the last part was done. So I'm starting with getting situated in Ottawa. I believe most of you people would have already reached Ottawa or in the plan of reaching Ottawa. So on your arrival in Ottawa, it's like we have only two different options. It's like you either land in Montreal or you land in Toronto for reaching Ottawa. So from there, we have a lot of options for reaching Ottawa. So the first one would be via rail. It's like convenient, and you can book it beforehand. And also the other important advantage of via rail is like you are allowed to carry 23 kgs of two baggages and one hand luggage as well. So that will be very easy, and it's also very similar to what you carry from the airport. So via rail will be a very good option. Apart from that, we also have Uber and Lyft. People after now, I think most of you would have got engaged in WhatsApp groups and also in Facebook groups. So all these groups will also have carpooling services. So you can even start exploring into that, and all of you can come together in by using the carpooling. There is also a website called BusBud. You can use these services in order to get into a bus and then come to Ottawa. I think of the bus rides or from Montreal, I think from Montreal it might take some about 2 to 3 hours to reach Ottawa. And from Toronto, it takes 4 hours to reach Ottawa. This is by rail. And the timings might vary when you get a bus or in a car. Yeah, that would vary. Apart from this, people, please rely on your friends, or please rely on proper sources for getting into carpooling or any other travel agencies, because these are prone areas where scams could happen. So you have to be very careful while planning your travel to Ottawa. Yeah. So Monica, next slide, please. Okay. So after reaching Ottawa, like as graduate students, like we can opt for various external residences. We have various accommodation options, and before even landing here, people look for accommodation through the social networking sites like Facebook, WhatsApp, and also marketplaces there. Kijiji is there. So all these options are very good for graduate students to look for accommodation. Basically, it starts with group share on a shared basis, and the occupancy rates are also very high. So, and apart from this, we also have a student housing billboard offered at Ottawa. So there are various options in the student housing billboard, like what do you want as a student? Like you want a single room, or you are staying with 2 to 3 people, what's your rent expectancies, and how is like all the other plannings. So it's very comfortable when you use the student housing billboard. When coming to accommodation also, I just want you to want all of you to be very careful with the before entering into any agreements, please don't give a payment before a paperwork, and also checking for the complete details of the accommodation. And here it is like it's easy to you can fall into scams, like we are giving accommodation here and there, and you have to give some deposit some money before the accommodation. So don't encourage such things. Try to get contacts, try to speak with your friends, try to speak with the persons who are giving the accommodation, speak with the organizers, and then decide. And don't pay any amount before any paperwork is done, that is like signing an agreement or something like that. So that's going to be very good. And apart from that, you can always check for reviews which are present on the internet, so that will be very helpful for you in case you have to decide about some accommodation options. Yeah. So the next slide. Okay. So even if you don't, until you secure a good apartment or a good place to stay for the entire year for your entire studies, you can look into temporary stay options. There are many options for hotels. The only thing is that you have to contact them one on one, and most of the hotels, they don't need your IDs or something like that. You can just book them away either through online, or you can call them, have a one-to-one chat, and then book a ticket, book a hotel room. Apart from this, we have Airbnb facilities also. So only this, they require a piece of photo ID to be verified for you to get into and stay there. Apart from that, Airbnbs are very good options in case if you have to stay for very short terms until you until you get along with the place, and then go and stay in a permanent place. I think these options are very good for you as students. Yeah. So next, yeah. After settling, I think everyone, you should be going to get a Canadian phone number and a SIM card. We have a lot of telecommunication providers here, like Bell, Telus, Fido, Rogers. So many of them are there. And to be very specific, now at this moment, like in August and September, they'll have back to school packages. Like most of the packages are very beneficial for students. They're very cheap, and you can get them along, have a chat with them, and then you can take the plans whichever is comfortable for you. Apart from that, you also have other messaging platforms like WhatsApp and Facebook messengers. So these will help you to get in contact with your friends and also your family back home. The only other things, like for the company providers will definitely ask for a piece of ID. So all of you will be having your passports, and before that you will be anyways landing into a place, so you'll have a Canadian address, and then you can plan the monthly payments and also the ways of payment. You can plan and do it with the organizers. Yeah. So that's it from my part. Does anybody has any questions regarding this section? So, which SIM card is most used by the students? It's like I personally use Rogers, so I know about Rogers. But there are people who use Bell and others also. Especially for students, I don't think there is a specific thing like that. You can opt for anything. Yeah. If somebody else is also comfortable answering the question, you may go on.
Excuse me. Basis my experience, I think Fido can have good and reasonable suggestions for students.
Yeah, adding to that, even I agree with her point. Like Fido is fine, even with for Wi-Fi and also your mobile connections. I think that is better, and it is also cheap, and they have a lot of student offers, I believe. And these offers change from time to time. Like they'll have a particular offer in August, and there will be another different offer in September, and then they keep revising, and you can opt whichever plan is comfortable for you guys. Yeah.
And I also want to add to what Haripriya said, that it not only changes from time to time, sometimes it varies by store as well. So something you can see on the website, it's not necessarily that you will get it across all Fido or Rogers stores. So definitely the best bet is that wherever the nearest store is to you, just go and see what's the offer over there. And if not, then it's just um, go and explore other places as well and see what store has. But yeah, that's something that I learned myself, because I found a very good offer on the website and I was very excited to get it, but then it's not being offered over there. So just to let you know. And is there's another question, I think. 1 second. Which Wi-Fi will be better? Um, I personally do not know. I am happy and content with using my Fido as personally, and then I think that's about it. I don't know if anyone else wants to take that question. Yes, Akinje.
So, regarding the Wi-Fi, a lot of these telecom companies over here, one of the great things that they have is that for international students, they also provide a lot of good packages where you can explore these options as well. So some of these companies, like for example, Fido, is a subsidiary of Rogers Mobile, if I'm not wrong. So Rogers Mobile, if you choose to get Fido, can also provide you with the Wi-Fi option from Rogers, and it can also provide you with a mobile plan. Bell company also has its own subsidiary companies, which I'm not aware of because I'm not their user. However, they also provide these options as well. And these companies keep coming out with different options which you can explore. One of the best things is that about these telecom companies, telecom operators, is that the transition between these companies is not a huge work and that it's fairly easy to do so. As I first came, I had actually come from my home country with the SIM card for Virgin Mobile, if I'm not wrong. I did. And then after a while, I found a better option for myself in Fido. And so I was able to switch it within a day without any problem, without switching my phone number as well, which was very convenient. And so if you do find any other telecom operator which can give you a better option, please feel free to go ahead and explore options. There are many, many options for you to try. There we go. I see Mamdu has also given their opinion, which is great. So this is the thing. So you can ask other people as well. Thank you, Mamdu, for sharing that. Other people can also know what works for you, which area, which operator is the best. So please feel free to explore these options and don't worry about the processes taking time as they're very quick and efficient.
Now passing on to Akinjay for the next session.
Okay, I guess so. Yeah, we've moved on. So, all right. So now we'll get on to the segment where a lot of our students are really careful about and want to make sure everything's all right. Our official Canadian documents. So first and foremost, the most important document that we'll talk about is the social insurance number, SIN. And a lot of people who come over here, you'll hear the word SIN number. These mean your social insurance number. For our graduate students coming who are not familiar with the concept of a social insurance number or social security number, it is an identification number given to you by the government to ensure your economic activities are tracked for, aligned for, especially for tax purposes and your salary purposes. So your social insurance number will be used for banking. It will be used for by your employers, and it can also, so in banking, let's say, for example, it can be used to open up a bank account. Once you have applied for it, you will be able to access your student account, whichever bank you opt for. You start looking for a part-time occupation as well. Uh, your employers will ask for your social insurance number. And first, I'll touch with what documents will be required to apply for this one. So, as an international student, when you apply, you're only required two things. One is your study permit and your passport, because these two things are basically the only identification we have as soon as we arrive in Canada. And there's two ways or one way of getting a SIN number, but through that one way, you can apply in two different ways. One is through in person and another is online. However, personally, I suggest that in person is better because you do not need to take an appointment and the process is far quicker. It's immediate. It takes barely an hour, depending upon the Service Center Canada that you visit. So Service Canada is where you will be able to apply for your social insurance number. Your social insurance number will require these two documents, and please make sure to carry your original documents, your original study permit and your original passport to Service Canada, where the officials can help you apply in person. When I came over here, uh, I applied for my social insurance number through the Service Canada located near Prince of Wales Road. And if anyone can come up with the name of the street more precisely, that'd be great, because that when I went over there, it took me an hour to get my social insurance number. They also let you know what it means for you, what information it holds, and they will also let you know that do not share your social insurance number with anyone, anyone other than your bank and your employer and certified government agency. Always make sure that the government agency that ever asks for your social insurance number, for example, CRA, that is Canada Revenue Agency, they will make sure that it's through their secure portal. They will never email you asking you to give you their social insurance number. They will never message you. It will always be through mail with a certified seal and always through their portal. So please make sure to do not share your social insurance number with anyone else. When you do go and apply for social insurance number, do make sure that the application that you fill out on the spot or online, the name matches with the name that is on your passport, as you would have to go through the additional step of verifying your legal name with the name that you use for application. So in order to bypass that, ensure that the name that is in your official document, that is your passport, and your study permit is the same as the name that you use for your application, as it will ensure transparency and won't lead to further troubles. However, if you come from a country where your documentation of any kind is in a different language, then please make sure that you have an English or a French copy certified from your home country. However, in my experience, that has usually never been the case, but should you have it, please make sure that you do this from your home country and you will have no problem whatsoever. Additionally, you do not require an in-person appointment for Service Canada, so you should be able to do it quickly within a span of 1 day. And then you should be able to apply for your bank. Now we'll move along to the next document, which would be, please go ahead, Monica. Your driving license. A lot of students who come over here, they choose to apply for their driving license or their Ontario photo ID, which I will touch upon after this. These two are your identification from the government of Ontario, not Canada, government of Ontario, as each province of Canada has their different identifications. In Ontario, we have Ontario's driver license and Ontario photo ID. It differs from Quebec. It differs from Alberta, Saskatchewan, and British Columbia. So the driving license, the sample that you can see on the screen over here, this is what will look like. This would be your G license, which is the final license that you will get. And there are 3 steps to getting this. Your first step would be to apply for the G1 license. This would be a written examination. After a span of 6 months, you should be able to apply for your G2 license and for your G2 license test. Once you attain that through road test and another health test, health and fitness test, you will be able to apply for your G license. There are certain restrictions. I'll quickly brief over them. You can obviously go through more about it through canada.ca. On that, you'll receive a whole lot more information about this, but I'll quickly touch upon this. For your G1, after attaining your G1 license, you will be able to handle motor vehicles only inside the city. You're only allowed to drive with an accompanied licensed passenger, and you cannot drive at night or on highways. For your G2, you will be able to drive on highways, but you cannot drive at night and you do not require a passenger, a licensed passenger. And for your G license, you have complete freedom to drive and you have no restrictions. Next, we'll talk about the Ontario Photo ID or the Ontario Photo Card, which is also known as the Purple Card. This is what it will look like. And this is a far quicker identification for you to get. So the Ontario photo card is another wallet size card that you get, and it provides you government issued identification for Ontario residents only. However, do ensure that you will not get driver's license and a photo card. Ontario government only provides you either a photo card or a driver's license. Should you have a photo card and later you choose to get a driving license, the government of Ontario will let you know that you will have to discard your Ontario photo card and only your driver's license will be the valid form of identification. So only one official identification is required in Ottawa. I personally have the Ontario photo card, and I can tell you a bit more about how the process was for it. So regarding the application for photo card, you will have to apply it online. You can go on the web browser and search for Ontario photo card application. Through that, you will be guided. And we also provided the link. You can access the link through our PPT over here, which we'll share with you later. You will get all the information about the Ontario photo card, and you will also get all the information about what it costs, how much time you will require to get the card, and what documents will be required. The documents that I needed for the application of photo card were just my study permit and passport. Please carry both of these documents in person. Again, anywhere that you go for these official documents, you will be required to carry your official document. No photocopies are allowed unless there is a translation, it's a translated copy and an attested certified copy. You can apply for the Service Canada, which is at the Ottawa City Hall. I went over there and it took me about 15 minutes to complete the process, and they let me know that within the span of 2 to 3 weeks, I would be receiving my physical card through my mail, and it costs roughly about $30 to $35. All of this information will be in the link that we provided. And now we'll go ahead with the next step that you will do after getting your SIN number and your identification is your bank appointment for GIC. So GIC is, I understand, is not a concept that is familiar for all the graduate students available, but I will quickly touch upon it. The students who come from home countries where the application of GIC is available, you will be able to book an appointment by a phone call. RBC, CIBC, and ICICI are few common approaches that students have for setting up the GIC appointment. And these students do come having already made that appointment before, but when you arrive in Canada, you need to make a phone call and arrange an appointment with your bank advisor in person at the bank branch of your preference. You can go ahead over there and you need to carry your uh, identification. I'll sound like a broken record, but you need to carry your study permit and your passport. That is all will be required by them, and your newly attained social insurance number. These information, they will help you open up your bank account within 30 minutes, and you will be able to access your bank account and deposit and get your GIC monthly. You will also be able to deposit any cash that you bring to with yourself to Canada. So you will also get a temporary card depending upon the bank. For example, I know that CIBC gives you a card on hand in person at the spot once you go and meet your bank advisor. However, for RBC, they will give you a temporary card, and your bank card or client card, as they say, will come in your mail 2 weeks later, which you will be able to use. Your temporary card with RBC will only allow you to take out cash and not make online transactions. However, please make sure to ask these questions to your bank advisor, and they'll be able to help you navigate through your transactions that you'll be doing in Canada. So this were your official documents that you will be requiring in Canada, and then we'll move on to the next slide where we'll talk about UHIP. So UHIP is basically a University Health Insurance Program. This is the health insurance for international students. You're automatically enrolled. Once you receive a statement of account, I'm sure some of you may have and most of you may have not, you will see that there is a charge for UHIP. Canada is known for its universal healthcare, and UHIP is a part of it. This is the welcome point for students in this universal healthcare, where your contribution to UHIP helps you get covered and receive a very affordable treatment of healthcare, whether it be physical healthcare, mental well-being of any sort. UHIP is what the universities of Canada have worked with the Canadian government to ensure to provide to international students and the local students as well. Your coverage will start on the date you arrive in Canada or the 10th of the month before your studies or your employment starts. So employment is a different case because this will be something that your employer will let you know about. However, for your university health insurance, this will kick in as soon as you arrive in Canada. So many graduate students must have been informed by their advisors that please do carry a travel insurance that is required. And as soon as you land, which will be uh, connected and which will be accounted for by the government. So your health insurance will kick in. However, you will be it although it kicks in, you will be able to use this health insurance once the college starts. That is a very important thing that you must know. Uh, However, other than the UHIP, there's also OHIP, which is Ontario Health Insurance Program. This is an additional health insurance program that you can choose to apply for, which we will touch with in our GSAT topic later in the presentation. We have provided links over here. You will be able to access these and you will get more and more so information about what UHIP is, what it covers, how much the amount will be, and there are a few limitations. For example, it can cover your medical bills to at up to a certain percentage. It can cover your medically diagnosed drugs. So all of these can greatly help reduce costs for any sort of medical emergency or medical costs that you may concur as student at U Ottawa. So this is basically about UHIP. And now we'll go ahead with the next topic about it. Can we go ahead, Monica, please?
Um, can
Yeah,
you
okay.
see my screen? Yeah.
I can see. Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. So with the medical services, so these are the medical services. Once you access your UHIP, these are the medical services that the information will be provided by UHIP website. You can see that there's Green Shield Canada, which is associated with the Graduate Students Association. We'll touch upon it later. You can also contact medical health services by phone, online, make an appointment, or in person in case of any emergency. And over here in the top left, you can see the wait times in clinics. So this will show you all the clinics in Ottawa that accept UHIP, and they will show you for any sort of medical ailment should you require a doctor's appointment, where you can get the appointment, when is it, and does UHIP cover it? And if it does, how much can it cover it? And on the bottom right is the area that is covered around Ontario and Gatineau, Ottawa and Gatineau area by Green Shield Canada. All of this information is available in the links that we provided. Please feel free to explore, do your own research, and should you have any further questions, you can always reach out to PDC and we'll try our best to help you, and GSAT as well. So then we'll move along to the next part, where we will tell you more about Ottawa, and it will be taken over by Shide, our club secretary. But before we go ahead with it, I know that there have been a few questions posed, so we'll take a moment to answer some of these questions. Monica, could you please help me with this? I see that some questions have been answered by Nidhi as well and Anjali. Thank you so much, guys. Are there any questions that have not been up answered so far?
There's a question from Diwali. They want to know about
In
whether the UHIP will be covering the family members as well.
For family members, I am actually unsure about this. For this one, they have some information, but I'm unsure as I personally have not availed the services of UHIP, Touchwood. But if anyone else from our team, they have availed the services, could you please elaborate a bit upon this? Yes, Haripriya.
Yeah, with regards to UHIP, when students are traveling with their family members or spouse, you can mail your international that you are an international student and you are with your spouse or children. and then you can accommodate them under UHIP. So the fees, the statement of account and the fees will be according to that. They will also be covered under UHIP, and the UHIP will include the name of you, your spouse, and even if you have children enrolled in the UHIP, their names will also be included. Apart from this, when people already have an OHIP instead of UHIP, you have an option to opt out of UHIP. Like we have an option in the student center. I believe it's in the applications site where you can opt out of the UHIP. And the other thing is you can also mail info service that you are already covered under the OHIP insurance. You can mail them your OHIP card if you have one, or you would have had a confirmation letter from Service Ontario that you have an OHIP number, and you'll be receiving the OHIP card in a few more weeks. If you have that kind of a letter also, you can enclose that along with the mail and send to info service. So later they can remove that insurance amount from your statement of account, and you need not pay for that in case if you are enrolled under OHIP. For UHIP, as I already mentioned, you can mail UO International and tell them that you are along with family members and you need to enroll them also under UHIP. So that's how it works.
Okay. I think what Haripriya said covered Mamdu's question as well. So let me just check if there's anything else that we left. I think we are good to go.
Monica, sorry to disturb. There is another question from Mahmood. Like, thanks for your reply. How can I know the coverage differences? How much does UHIP cost, and what is the deadline to opt out? I think there isn't a proper deadline to opt out because once you have started enrolling in courses, I think most of your students would have got your statement of accounts by now. So if you see your statement of account, they would have mentioned like how much you're going to pay for the UHIP insurance. So if you look into that, there'll be some amount they'll be charged. So you can basically compare with what you already have. That's what I know about the cost. And the other thing is, I don't think so there is a set deadline to opt out. Maybe you can opt out before you pay the fee for the fall term. That could be the only option to, that could be the only thing for the deadline, as far as I know. Yeah.
I see that Uvesh has pointed to his question. I cannot. Oh, yeah. Okay. So my question is for Akinjay. I think you have done chemical engineering, as I've seen you in the video. How is job market for chemical engineer? Uvesh, that is a great question. However, if I could just request you that if you could just connect with me on LinkedIn. It's my name, Akinjay Jha. If you could connect with me on LinkedIn, I'll be able to help you more upon this topic more. And every one of us from PDC as well are on LinkedIn. So please feel free to reach out to us as well on our LinkedIn with our names, and we will be able to help you on these topics and any other topic as well that we may have not covered in this presentation.
And to add to that, you can get our LinkedIn or email ID. You probably have our email ID through the meeting chat, and also our LinkedIn. It is available on the PDC website under the Teams page, so you can get connected with us on that. And is there anything else?
Have we covered the question about deadline for opting out? I believe Mamdu refers to the opting out of UHIP. Is that right, Mamdu?
Yeah.
Well, so I believe that Anjali has given the link for the university deadlines and dates. All the information regarding when's the last date for opting out are available over there, and that link should be able to help you answer this question. Okay, perfect. So I guess we can move along now. before we go along, uh, I'll just quickly talk about a few things. So here we now get to the point where we now talk about the more fun stuff of Ottawa. So I hope that before coming to Canada and before coming to Ottawa, all that you heard about Ottawa are nice things. In case you haven't, here we are to tell you more about it from the current residents of Ottawa, that Ottawa is a great place to study and to live and to have a great time. So here we're gonna give you a brief about how you can get to know about Ottawa. Here are a few lists of the attractions that we've mentioned about City of Ottawa. We have Parliament Hill. We have 7 of the 9 national museums of Canada. Ottawa is also known as the City of Museums. If you do a quick Google search, you'll see that Ottawa comes up. We have the Memorial and the Ottawa Public Library. So Ottawa has everything for everyone, whether you are a homebody or whether you are a outsider. It has everything for everyone. You can go out and explore. You have multiple cultures living over here, so you can explore great amount of cuisine, whether it be Indian, whether it be Mexican, whether it be Middle Eastern cuisine, all sorts of cuisine. In fact, one of my favorite things about Ottawa personally is that Ottawa is known as the shawarma capital of Canada. And it is probably the best thing personally about Ottawa. So please feel free to explore so many different options that Ottawa has to offer. In case you're looking for something more weekly options where we have a ton of events continuously happening all throughout the year, here's a few list of a few Instagram pages that are really popular and reliable. These Instagram pages do not fail in updating about the latest happenings every single week in Ottawa, and they cover the entire region, all the way from the westernmost Ottawa to even Gatineau region as well. So you'll be able to ensure which event is closest to you and which event is happening. It also lets you know which events are free of cost. So they are also student oriented as well. So please feel free to explore these options on Instagram, and you'll see that Ottawa is one of the best places that you can visit and live in. And speaking a bit more about getting to know Ottawa, we'll move along to how you can personally explore Ottawa. So on to our next one over here, events in Ottawa. A lot of these events require registrations, and many places, organizations, and institutions would ask you to register through this website called Eventbrite. Eventbrite is also an application which you'll be able to download through your mobile application app store. And you will be seeing all the events that are happening, all the events of your interest that you can put in, and you'll see what you are interested in. If you choose to explore something else, Eventbrite has it for you. It has all the information. And one of the best things is that Eventbrite can directly link to your in mobile calendar. So a few days before or even on the day of, you will get the reminder about the event and you can know everything about it. So please feel free and make sure to check out the Eventbrite. It has great loads of events as well. And next, we'll talk about something more social and more casual, which is an application called Meetup. I personally use this app because this app helped me make new friends, explore new opportunities, new events happening in Ottawa. A lot of people get together, they host events. Some of them are free, all of them are verified. So the safety is not an issue with this one. You get the location, you get how to get to that location, and you can also see who all are participants, how many people are joining. So Meetup and Eventbrite are two amazing sources and platforms for you to explore Ottawa, make new friends, and explore more that the city has to offer. But talking about more that the city has to offer, you also need to get settled. And for that, you require things. So about that, I will hand over to Shide, our club secretary, and she's going to talk about all the places that you can shop, that you can look for things and help you get settled in Ottawa. So, Shide, take it along.
Hello again, guys. Just I want to add one thing about one question was about opt out from UHIP. I asked from GSAT about Green Shield, dental and health insurance. They mentioned that students can opt out until deadline is 13th of September. Just I want to say that, but you should provide a proof that you are under other insurement. About UHIP, it is valid too. You should provide some document. Okay. Let me explore some of Ottawa's top shopping destinations. First of all, I want to talk about Tanger Outlets. It offers great deals on brand name stores, perfect for finding discounts. The next one is Bayshore Shopping Center. It is a large mall with both high-end and everyday stores. San Lawrence Shopping Center is a popular mall with a mix of mid-range to high-end shops. It is really easy to access by public transportation. And Rideau Center is located in the downtown, close to Byward Market. It is a popular shopping mall. And don't forget that students can get a 6 months free trial of Amazon Prime. It is a great way to access exclusive deals and free shipping on many items because you can enjoy free shipping for even a purchase of one item that costs $1. And now, could you please go to the next slide? Okay, now let's shift focus to important winter gear. Here is what you will need. First, winter jacket. A knee-length winter jacket is recommended for extra warmth. And second, beanie, a scarf, muffler. And don't forget a beanie, a scarf, or muffler to keep your head and neck warm. Snow boots and thermal socks. Make sure you have snow boots and thermal socks to keep your feet dry and warm. And wearing layers of thermal wear and fleece clothing will help retain your body heat. And lastly, protect your hands with gloves or mittens. Actually, my personal recommendation is you can wait until Black Friday deals. It is my suggestion because you can't experience great deals on clothes. And I want to say that many stores have a student discount. Just you should bring your student card with yourself whenever you want to purchase. And does anyone have any questions? After me, Niti will continue the presentation. Okay, I think Niti can continue.
I
Okay.
do see a few questions
Oh, I can see.
in the chat. Yeah. So I see that Alkin Malek has asked from where to buy winter gear. Uh, Please explore because there are so many different brands. One of the most common names that you'll hear is Eddie Bauer. Eddie Bauer is a local Canadian brand which is very, very well known for its highly efficient winter gear. A lot of people over here will use Eddie Bauer as well. And it has great deals, especially during the Black Friday sale. Um, Mamnu mentioned that Canadian winter jacket is preferable as your country's winter jacket will not work here. That's absolutely correct, Mamnu. Your country's winter jacket, especially if you come from more warmer areas, will work if you for you in the fall term, let's say up until September and even early October. But once mid-October kicks in, we already start seeing temperatures fall close to 2 degrees, 0 degrees as well. So at that time, around that time, it's very important that you start buying your winter gear. September would be the best time to get it. And make sure that you visit these places, ensure that the fit is good. Should you not be able to do it as well, a lot of these brands have their websites as well. They also come up with their sales discounts at similar prices. So you can have it delivered to your location as well, should you not be able to visit any one of these shopping complexes. However, Early when you come, I highly recommend visiting Tanger outlet with your friends because it can be a great outing, great bonding time as well. And I believe they will be able to tell you a whole lot about Tanger outlets because she knows how great the whole Tanger experience can be. Is that right, Sheila?
Yeah, just I want to say that for winter jackets and winter boots, you can try Colombia. I purchased them from Tanger. They offer discounts for students. And whenever you purchase with, for example, go there with your friends, they offer more discounts on the next boot, for example, when you purchase. It is better to go there with your friends. Actually, it is my recommendation because most of the time they provide offer on the next item that you purchase. Just bring your student card with yourself.
And I would like to add that regarding winter boots, even sometimes you have to check whether it's waterproof or not, because sometimes it happens that sometimes they will say it's winter boot, but you know when it snows very heavily and there's snow slush that you will get to see during December and Jan, then it easily gets wet, and then you know the it would make you feel like the purchase was a loss. So make sure you read the labels properly on the each of the boots that have. Sorel is a great brand for winter boots, and you also need to make sure that whatever boots you're buying, it has a good grip, because what happens during the winter is that you would have very thin ice that you cannot see with your bare eyes, and sometimes it could result in accidents and people can trip and fall. So just be careful when you're buying boots. And another personal recommendation that I did for winter jackets was that you do check whether the inside lining they have like a thermal inside or not. I know Colombia has one personally, so it's the idea is that when you buy a jacket, you get to wear your basic summer clothes and then wear a jacket on top. If you wear a summer clothes and then wear a sweater and then wear a jacket, it's not going to help you because they do not help you to they work by reflecting your body heat back into the jacket, and that's how you're keeping warm. So when you're trying to go when you are going out trying jackets, then keep that in mind that it's all about basic layering, like just wear a basic t-shirt and then wear the main jacket just so that you know how it feels and you can see the fit. Is there, yeah, brown is a good place for winter boots. Is there anything else? Where can we find WhatsApp groups for accommodation? Um, I believe that a lot of students have been added to WhatsApp groups depending on their regions. So sometimes students would join in those, like ask a question in that, and really just say if anyone has any leads, just let me know. And then that's how it forms. Other than that, how I got to join was basically through being in different clubs and then also like through friends. So if anyone has any other experience that's a bit more general that you can find, then yeah, please feel free to share it. Okay, I think we can move on to the next part. So yeah, Nidhi, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Monica and others for answering the question. Now, we have talked about the events in Ottawa, but what about in campus? So, going to the next slide, starting with the map of the campus. Mhm. Yeah, Here in the maps link, you will find the general map of the campus, and also there is this virtual um, Yotta map. But the last night I checked, it was like because of service disruption, it was not opening. Maybe in a few weeks, it will open again. But Google Maps is a great way to navigate inside the Ottawa. But what will you do if you don't know the campus, like the building name? Because all the buildings here are identified by codes in the schedules. So some of the most common buildings are like, of course, the metro station or train. I guess most of the students will be coming here through train. So I won't speak about that much. Then our UCU building. So the student card will be in the UCU building, the university center. Also, this building has other services like the food bank is here. Then you got the docu front, like the docu center where you can take photocopies of your PDFs and maybe other prints. And I believe Career Corner is also in this building. Then there's also Morissette Library if you want to have a Xerox of any of the PDFs or get any study related books. You can also book any study groups in the Morissette Library study rooms to have a group session. It will be useful when you are taking the professional skills class. Now, then we have the tablet hall, TBT. Most services, administrative services related to the studies, we can find here. But now the tablet hall is under construction. The construction is almost over, so it might open like in a few days' time or a few weeks' time. Then we have the site building for the engineering students. Now going, yeah, most of the career sessions like the career paths career session where all the companies come, it mostly happens in the site building. Yeah. And the other buildings, you can explore them on your own. Like during the welcome week, we have one of this info desk event where you can go to the university and ask the people in the information tents where the buildings are. And we got a lot more other events, fun events, like we got this your show where you can have a nice night of musical. Then we also have this drag show. What other events are there? Wait a minute. Also, at the end of the events, there is this engineering onboarding meet, especially for engineers. And I will let you have the time to explore the events. And one of the suggestion would be going to some of like main events like this welcome meet where you can meet other students from your programs or from other programs. It's a good networking events, and as you all know, networking is very important here in Canada. So going there, meeting others, having new connections would be pretty good. Now passing on to Monica for the next slide. Off you go.
Thank you, Nidhi. And wow, we are almost at the end of our presentation. Thank you guys for sticking with us for so long. So I hope there has been a lot of information, and I hope we were able to get answer some of your queries. And now the last part I would like to cover is the GSAT or the Graduate Student Association. This is a representative of the graduate students that has been formed in the university. You're automatically a member of the GSAT when you are a full-time or part-time student. How it's basically, you know, how undergrads for if you once coming into UOTWA, you will hear a lot about UOSU. Those are the student unions for undergrads, and this one is for graduate students. So moving on, you will see you will have a grad lounge that will be that you can access and visit. I will share the details in the chat. And after that, you will also have to pay a fee. That is something you can't opt out, and it will be reflected on your statement of account. So the reason that you pay the fees is because the GSAT comes with a lot of benefits that you will be getting during your time at UOTWA. This includes your medical help, which was covered by Akinje previously, and sometimes it goes for emergency grants, like in case of any theft or disaster. GSAT will be there to help its students to go through an emergency crisis and give you some of the amount to sustain. It does do project funds for those in the thesis stream, or if you want to attend, if you're submitting your paper in a conference and you want to get the amount and be compensated for it, this is a great way to apply on the GSAT website and claim that. It allows you to do room booking. So as I know, Akinja mentioned that we have one big library for the entire campus, but when you are a graduate student, it comes with a lot of perks. For example, you have different rooms that are assigned for graduate students, and including that, you also have access to the rooms that are assigned for undergrads. So it's not very mutually exclusive. And sometimes when you are also a graduate student and being part of a club, we get to book rooms for events at a free cost compared to how undergrads do that. So that's what falls under it. And then you have the the free tax filing. So for this is fall. So next year, when the tax filing time is basically April. So whenever you are filing your tax for the first time, GSAT offers a free tutorial, and they do help you to go through that entire process, because it can be a bit overwhelming for someone who is a first time taxpayer and doing it for the first time. And lastly, the best part about GSAT is that it has a partnership with the Canada Federation of Students, and it provides the ISIC card. This is an international student identification card, which includes discounts for international students worldwide. So the only thing you need to do is to visit the GSAT office, talk to the receptionist that you would like to have an ISIC card, and they will assign it to you then and there free of charge. And after that, you will get the instructions of downloading the app, and you will see the different discounts you can avail once you show this card. Moreover, for under GSAT, each department has their own departmental associations. So we did provide the link of the GSAT services. So I would strongly suggest everyone to go through this website and check all the services they are offering. And also, if you want to get in touch with your department association, it's basically everything is there on the website. And if you need any help in connecting with GSAT, obviously we from PDC are there to help you. And that's a wrap of the event. We are at the end of our presentation. However, we have a lot of exciting events coming up in fall. This is just a start to kick off, and then we will definitely help you with the next parts as well. So in order to make sure you do not miss out on any of the events, do follow our socials, where I have shared the barcodes of each of our socials. And do not forget to just subscribe to our biweekly newsletter, because over there, we will not only share what events are happening, such as networking events or any fun events, but we will also share project opportunities that you can apply to get that Canadian experience that would be making you more desirable to the Canadian job market. And that is the end. Thank you so much for attending our event. We would open the floor for questioning, but before that, I would request everyone to turn on their camera so that we can take a quick picture. Do I stop sharing my?
Yes, please, Monica, so we can get everyone's picture here.
Yeah, okay. Stop sharing. Anjali, let us know when you will be taking the picture.
Sure, it's better if everybody just open their camera, please. We'll soon be part of PDC, so don't worry. Just open your camera, yeah. Quiet. That's it. Should I take now? Okay, perfect. Got it.
Perfect. So then let's open the chat. We are here again for around 40 minutes as well. So let us know whatever the questions you have. And yeah, we will try our best to answer those.
Nidhi, Harshad, could you please help us track which questions need to be answered and which have already been answered in the chat?
And I would also request, like, if you guys want to raise your hand and also ask the question um, more like in person or something, so don't hesitate to do that as well.
Okay, there's one question from Chirag. They ask, is there any portal for the part-time jobs in addition to the university work study? Team, would you like to take it, please?
I can take it on, and then you guys can add it. So yeah, we did. So one disclaimer is that if you go on your Uzone, you will see the work study navigator over there, where you can apply for part-time opportunities. However, the university did make a few change where it mentioned that I think the link for that it's making a transition to another platform. So for that, we can share the link. This is something we used to get, especially from our administration. That the just before the semester starts, that there are a lot of TA opportunities, and some will go live during this time, and then they would share the link with us, and through that link we would be able to access. So I will, Nidhi, if you can just share that external link over there, you can do the filter of like part time, full time, and then apply for all those opportunities. You have to make a profile, and I think you have to apply to each of them separately.
Monica, are you talking about the work study navigator?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
think it's the one for the TS, and the one that Stefan shares with us in
Oh,
the
got
email.
it.
And other than that, there are definitely a few other platforms where you can go for part time if you do not if you're not specifically looking for anything within the university. So there's Indeed. That's a place, that's also a platform where you can go for part-time opportunities. It has postings from all over Ottawa, you can apply, you can get to choose wherever you want to work and click over there and build your resume and apply through it. So definitely check out Indeed. And other than that, there's also Glassdoor, but I don't think how much like whether Glassdoor is mainly for internships or rather like instead of part times. I'm not sure, but yeah, these are the two ones that comes right now in my head. Okay. Um, yeah, what Mamdu shared is international students has working hours limitation per week, a thing to take care about with the new. Yes. 20 hours per week is the new one assigned right now. But if I'm not wrong, I have to check this, but I think it does increase in winter, maybe like 24 or something. I have to check, so I do not want to give the wrong answer. Now it's 24 hours, yes. So this is the time, this is the one that you do not essentially need a work permit to apply to do the work. You are already given that, but anything more than that, you need to check and you need to make sure that you have the appropriate permit to carry on. And what is okay, there's another question. UHIP and health insurance GSAT since we have been charged for both in the statement of account. Um, to be honest, the difference between UHIP and the health insurance in GSAT. So the idea, the health insurance in GSAT, I think the one that you get charged for GSAT is basically to be a member of the Graduate Student Association. The charge does not come with any medical insurance bill, if I'm not wrong. And the only insurance you have to pay for is the UHIP. And you do not have to pay any other insurance unless you opt out of UHIP and choose OHIP, but there should be one. But the charge for GSAT that I was mentioned before is just to be that part of that association. That's it. Hope that clears it out.
If I could add on to it, I I don't think so that being a member of GSAT requires you to be paying for the insurance that GSAT is offering. However, uh, to my best knowledge, it is an insurance which you can opt out for, but UHIP is something that you cannot opt out for. That is a compulsory insurance that university asks its international students to be subscribed to. It is a compulsory one. There is no opting out of that one. But GSAT insurance is something that you can probably opt out for. However, since you are an enrolled student at U Ottawa, and that you have to pay the fee. And I think so GSAT also has some other fees as well. But however, you are a student member at GSAT, so you do not have to worry about that. As long as you're enrolled and you have all the documentation, which everyone already has, you will be recognized member of the GSAT student community.
And I would like to add something to that. That something I did when I joined the university was that I did not really understand all these amounts that I was getting charged on. So what I did was I just went to the tablet hall and they have the international student office over there. And I basically went there and asked someone that, can you please explain to me what are these? And I just took a picture of it or just like a printout and just asked him like exactly what do we have what, and he explained to me very detailed about what to do and what can I opt out from. um, the reason, so statement of account, what I understand, is different from each individual depending on their OHIP, UHIP, their status in Canada, whether they came as a PR or whether they came as an international student. So I'm not going to go into the details of it, but we will share the international students contact so that you can, like, if you have a more personal question, you can just ask them directly about what should we do and what are those. If you have any uh, queries regarding that, because it's always better to have to know where your money is going. Um, to cancel green children under comparable is a comparable. Okay. For graduate students, how to apply for co-op work permit. Okay. So for graduate students, the entire idea, I can take it on and then I'll have others join in. So for co-op is basically when you get admitted to the university, the co-op portal opens something around mid-October to mid-November, if I'm not wrong, but it gets open after you get admitted and you already have classes, and you get to apply to the co-op portal, and then you will be selected by the co-op committee to join in. And after that, for my specific program, the electrical and computer engineering, we were required to do consecutive 8 months of co-op. So that's like 2 work terms consecutive. And for that, you can always talk with them to see like whether you want your first work term to be in summer or you want to be it in fall and winter or something like that. So I think Nidhi shared the co-op portal applications, and over there, once you get it, and then you will be contacted by the university and the co-op office about the next steps and what to do. And for the co-op work permit, once you apply, they will share the work permit, the letter that you will require to apply to the IRCC. But that is depending on the IRCC policies that are happening at the time of your application. So this will be provided by your co-op office. And then, oh, and last thing that I forgot to mention was that talking about upcoming events, there is an orientation that is being held by the entire Faculty of Engineering on 13th of September, if I'm not wrong. You probably have all received an email or you will be expecting to receive one, but PDC will be there and they will also present, and you will get to know about um, other resources in the faculty. So make sure to attend that. And if I'm not wrong, it's in hybrid, so you can join in the room or you can join online. Though I would say that if you do plan to join in person, then you might have to like wake up a bit early and join in because it gets filled up very quickly. And okay, is there anything else that I missed? I don't think so. Harshit and Nidhi, like, did we clear all the questions?
Should you have any more questions, maybe, or if you have any more questions about some of the topics that we may not have covered in our presentation right now, please feel free to ask them now as well. Right now would be a good time for us to answer them. So I
Yeah.
know Uvish had an answer about job market as well. So I'll give a brief about it because I am only from one department, which is the chemical and biological engineering. We have an amazing team which is from all the varied departments. So regarding the job market, uh, I'll be blunt. Yes, it is slightly difficult because a lot of influx of immigrants did come into the Canada over past few years. However, one reason that can be an optimistic opportunity for us is that we are graduate students of University of Ottawa, and that can be a great platform for us to have a great base, a great foundation to gain the skills, and most importantly, use this environment, use this opportunity to network. As the Professional Development Club, throughout your journey with us at U Ottawa, we will always help our students by conducting sessions and events where you can learn these skills. Plus, we also have a great course in the professional skills and responsibility that our Masters of Engineering students attend. In fact, it's compulsory for some of the departments as well. So through this courses and through us as PDC, we help students ensure they grow, they understand the market that is out there in North America and what it requires to successfully apply for these positions. We help you build, and after that, it is your hard work, your dedication, your consistency, which can help you land a job in the market that you choose, because it is a race for everyone technically, and it is slightly getting competitive with each day. However, it is upon all of us to come together, help each other, and help each other know what can we do to help all of us grow together. So as Mamdu rightly mentioned right now in the chat, network is key. Do not forget about all of these. Of course, we'll touch upon these topics more so in our events that are coming in the future. So please uh, become a member of the PDC, subscribe to our newsletter, follow our social media where we constantly update about more such events. Where we provide you with all these tips. We invite alumni, we invite industry professionals, we invite professors who can guide students on the right things to do and things to avoid on your journey of graduate education. I also would like for my team to add on to this because our team has so many various accomplishments that everyone has something to add on to this. So, team, please feel free to add on to this. Yeah, Anjali, I think so. That's a really great point. Maybe you can elaborate on that.
Yeah, so PDC is going to conduct many events like we have CDC, that's Career Development Center. So the executive is Haripriya. So we conduct many events on how to tailor your resume according to the job you're going to apply for. That's really important because if you have mentioned a lot of experiences that you have done from your 12th grade to what you are right now, doesn't going to apply to the job that you are going to do, right? So it's very important to tailor your resume, and there is a lot of events that we're gonna conduct. So you have to definitely follow all our social media handles because we're gonna post everything over there, and you just have to register it as that because there are only limited seats for some of the events. So PDC is gonna be your guide for like your 2 years of your graduation. Yeah.
Monica, as our president, you've been the longest with the Professional Development Club. Over the course, have you learned something about, applying for jobs and the skills that we students require, especially as international students, because we are very new to this whole thing, so it can be quite overwhelming. So, any tips from the president, please?
Well, I'm still learning, to be honest. But then again, what I have experienced is during my co-op term, something that I will share is that with the co-op and without co-op, the difference you will see is that when you're a co-op student, you have a portal where it shows you all the jobs that's available. You just need to submit a very general resume. You don't have to make it very specific to the company. And every time you just click on those job portals and you just apply. So to be honest, I do wish that the entire world was that simple, because I think we all hate the part of tailoring resumes. And if I honestly at this point, if I do see something needs a cover letter, then I just delay my application. So something with the benefit of co-op is that you do get to just like apply to a lot of things, and then it comes in a nice package, like just one resume and it goes to everyone. The the negative of that is that because you won't have the chance to tailor your resume very specific to a job, so just because you want a certain job so much, but somehow your resume is a bit more generalized, you might get miss out on. But the competition is always like high. But then again, at the end of the day, I would suggest never to lose hope. Definitely, being part of PDC actually helped me a lot in navigating the job market and the networking. Because before coming to PDC, I was a very introverted person, and I saw that even though I am an advocate that the world needs more introverts, but it's more like I do see that as when you network, the chance of like holding yourself back can have not like a very advantage um, advantageous situation. So I think being part of PDC, getting involved in the clubs, getting involved in the club, in the events, meeting with new people, talking with new people, actually helped me to build up that skill. And then obviously, because of the great past presidents, vice presidents we have had, and the help from our professors, we always had a good connection with different industry leaders where we get to meet people and then they get to talk about what they're looking for. So I think part of PTC helped a lot in where I am in my professional journey. But also, I think during when you want to apply for a job, if you are applying as an external candidate, like through the website or LinkedIn, the idea is that you tailor your resume according to what the job wants. And basically, and that's about it, I think. So there's not much we can do other than the fact that if they're using ATS, we will probably get through the ATS. And if they're not, if it's read by an HR, then always the idea about why you should have your resume tailored is because when HR would see that, and this is a lesson you will get in the professional skills class, actually, like how much time does an HR personnel spends on seeing your resume. So, and the idea is that if we go into that, basically the Canadian culture is to have a summary of qualifications on your resume. We are going to touch about it on our next events in the future. But yeah, so everyone would just want to see a summary and then they would just decide, okay, if you're meeting maximum of the requirements, then that's how they take you forward for the interview session. So that's where it is important. So I think that has been my experience so far, but I'm still learning. I'm still a graduate student, so maybe I'll learn something new this semester as well. I know Akinja has something to say.
Thank you, Monica, for that, because actually it's a very great point that you bring about ATS. Um, for those who have stuck with us so far, just a little sneak peek for you all. We hold sessions with the Career Corner of U Ottawa, as rightly mentioned by Shide, that you can use the service of Career Corner. And especially, we bring uh, Cynthia Allen, who has been a long time acquaintance of the Professional Development Club. She comes every single term to our event and talks to students about how to apply what resume grooming is, and how you should groom it for the maximum chances. You can even present your resumes anonymously, and they are assessed on the spot in the event, where we can learn from real life examples of what needs to be done, what doesn't need to be done, what can be improved. And Cynthia Allen boasts over 20 years of experience as an HR professional. She has seen more amount of resumes than the entire PDC has probably ever made in their career. So uh, we would highly encourage you to come to our events and employ these opportunities that we present to our students. And please feel free to explore more such options that University of Ottawa offers on every month basis, basically. So, Monica, please continue on this, please.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned Cynthia because I'll share one thing about that. Along with the fact that PDC is bringing P Cynthia over here, but we also have resources to the Career Corner. You can request on one-on-one meetings with them to talk about what you want to do and everything. So, even if you want to get a general career advice about where to apply, how do you know where, like, even if you're still lost, that you don't know which job sector you're going for, which position you're going for, they're still there. So it's always a good idea. And I think Cynthia is someone who's very knowledgeable. She will find out things for you in a, like, I can do it with this hand, but it's within a blink of an eye. So definitely use those resources. Get in touch with Career Corner, get in touch with PDC, attend our events. These are the things we do try our best. Other than that, I don't know if anyone else wants to add to any of to what I have to say. Okay, Anjali, go on.
Yeah, I just have to mention about the LinkedIn as well. So Cindy actually tells about every tricks and tips of how to, tailor your LinkedIn specifically, because LinkedIn is very much important when you apply for a job right in Canada, because most of the people, like the employers, they definitely look on through your LinkedIn to find out who you really are. And Cynthia has been a great helpful. She has been conducting a lot of, sessions with PDC on how to do everything with your LinkedIn search and everything. So yeah, LinkedIn is very important. She'll definitely help us out. So we'll conduct those events with her.
Okay. How to access software related to our programs such as CAD softwares. Okay, that has been answered. Thank you, Harshit. Is there anything else?
I think so. Anjali wanted to add on to this.
Yeah, if you can go through that link, it's perfect. Also, you can mail IT department to get you access through this, you know. But sometimes they will ask you what the course you want to enroll to, like what the course you're actually enrolled to get to use this CAD sometimes, but also you can definitely use this link as well.
If I could just add on to that regarding softwares as well, which you might use for your program courses. Um, the professors will let you know in the syllabus that what would be the required software that you'll be using. They will also provide you with other alternatives as well because they're well versed with what university has to offer. So always make sure to consult with the professor that is taking your course and ensure with that the what's the best version that you will be requiring for your course. In personal experience, when I for my first term here in U Ottawa, I was part of this course where I required to study fluid dynamics, and so it has various softwares available, which have crack versions and premium versions and some unpremium versions. However, thankfully, I did not have to go through certain shady sources in order to access those. University allowed me access to full featured softwares in order me to carry out my course without a problem, without a hitch. And the professor was also able to tell me which program is available where and what I would be required to do it in a specific manner. So always make sure to consult with your professor through email or in person, politely asking them on more information about this. Any more questions? Guys, we have, I think so we have about 10 minutes, so maybe we can take one question. Anyone final question?
I would like to add that if anyone is interested to like connect, we can share our LinkedIn. I'll share my LinkedIn in the chat. And if you guys have any questions, you can always connect with us on over there. And yeah. I don't think anyone has any more questions over here. So I think we can resume our. I think we can resume our. We can end our session. Yep. We're good to go. Okay, so thank you again, everyone, for joining the session, for bearing with us for the entire almost like 2 hours. And obviously, we are here to help. We will share the PowerPoint in PDF in the chat as soon as we get over it. And then, yeah, we hope to see you in the orientation session and also in our next events in PDC. So till then, safe travels and enjoy the rest of the break and get prepared for fall. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
See you
everyone.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.